Kent's Firestone, Batesville. Johnny Kent, you are the man.
David Black.
How are you, sir?
Fine. I understand Mr. Bud's up and around and going to come back to see us.
Well, he says he's up and ready. He's driving again, and he said, I miss going to Batesville to visit with all my good friends, and I especially miss Johnny Kent.
Oh, you're a schmoozer, David.
That's what he told me.
But you remember what I told you to tell him?
Yes, sir.
Who's Bud Black?
Yeah. Bud told me, he said, look, I got to get back up there because I know, said that, and this is true. And he says, you know, Johnny really likes me on that. Said, we got a good thing going in Batesville, and I got to be on that show because I got to help him sell some tires. And I said, well, Bud, when you get healthy enough that you can get in the car with me, we'll go up here and let you do the Johnny Kent show at Kent Firestone. We'll let you. It's not Kent Firestone show with Johnny Kent. It's the Johnny Kent show.
Oh, is that what it is?
Kent's Firestone.
I thought it was
Like that?
the Black Brothers comedy hour.
It could be that too.
Yeah.
It could be that.
Hey,
too.
listen, folks, we got to get off of that.
Yeah.
Get to the serious stuff, right?
That's up to you. You're paying for this time.
I already gave you a check.
Yeah, and I've got my money, so it doesn't matter.
It's April.
Yes, sir.
The sun is shining. The flowers are blooming.
Yes, sir.
And the grass is coming up. Mm-hmm. And we're going to have a tire sale first 15 days of April.
Wow.
Wow.
What do we got?
Well, listen, we're going to feature our Bridgestone Firestone Fusion. This is a tire line that I buy from them, have for a long time. Great tires, sell lots of them. But we're going to have buy 3, get 1 free. Everybody likes free.
Doesn't sound to me like it's a very profitable sale for you, sir.
Yeah, but
that's what you want to do. It's okay with me.
People are always asking about these company stores run these buy 3, get 1 free.
Yeah.
And then you go in to buy them and they don't have them.
Right.
Oh, wait a minute, I didn't say that. Shouldn't have said that out loud.
Right.
But guess what's going to happen to Kent's Firestone?
You're going to have
We're going to have them. That's right.
You got the 3 you can pay for, but you don't ever have not you, but they've got the 3 that you pay for, but don't ever have the 4th one free. Is that what
I don't know what they're saying. They're saying we're out of these right now.
Yeah.
Let me show you these other tires over
That's
here.
correct.
Now, you may want some other tires, but this is a terrific line.
Good.
It has 14s, 15s, 16s, and 17.
Okay.
Now, right now we don't have any 18s in it, but we do have 18s in stock and other things. But we can fit probably 90% of all the vehicles that come in, passenger cars, with this line of tires.
Okay.
So it's a great tire, good, quiet, smooth running, good hydroplane resistance, just everything you could want. You know we don't sell anything here that's not a good, safe product.
That is correct.
So it's been a long time in Batesville, Arkansas that you could buy 3 and get 1 free.
Yeah, I would think so.
We're going to do that April the 1st through the 15th.
Good.
And folks, if you're going on that trip, if those tires have been getting a little slick, and you say, well, you know, I just really can't afford 4 new tires. Now you don't have to buy 4.
Buy 3.
You can buy 3, and I'm going to give you 1 free. So it's a good opportunity to get that car ready for spring driving, for summer driving.
Sure.
You know, the spring rains are going to come, and the roads are going to get slick. And you know what happens to Arkansas roads after they set for a while dry, and it rains, that motor oil on there comes up and it gets slick. And we had a man this morning who came in, and his wife had been speeding a little bit too much in the last rain and knocked her tires off the wheels. So he said, it's nobody's fault but hers. But I'm going to have to take care of it.
But you know, the roads do that, and sometimes people don't realize that if it's been dry and then you get and it doesn't take a lot of rain shower to make it real slick out there, but they become as slick as, if not slicker than, when ice is on the roads.
Well, because you're not as careful.
Absolutely, I used to drive a little rain. I can stop on the rain.
Yeah, that's right. And the little rain is worse than a lot of rain.
Yes,
A lot of rain hard will wash it off.
Yeah.
The little rain just makes it even slicker. So we want to get you safe for that summer driving. We want to save you some money. We want to, hey, you can even use one of our credit plans.
I would need one.
Yeah, I know you would.
I don't think I could pay for all those.
I've run a report on you.
I don't think I could pay for those at one time. And so what would you have to offer me?
Well, we can give you 6 months no interest on the Firestone plan, or you can take up to 22 months to pay if you don't want to pay it all off. That'd be a little interest, but you know that won't hurt you. Or if that doesn't work for you, we still have the 90-day no credit check plan, and we'll explain that to you after we go through plan A and we need to go to plan B, then we have that for you too, you know.
Well, there's no need that if you need tires for your car, if you need tires for your truck, there's no need to let something as little as, I don't have all the money right now, get in your way of buying those, especially when you're giving one away. You buy 3, you get 1 free.
And you drive away with time to pay.
You do it good right here, don't you?
That's right. Now, we can also change your oil. We can also check your brakes. We can also look at your suspension. We can do the alignment on your car. We can just almost everything. We're just about your one stop. Why go around all over town getting this done here and that done there when you can get it all here? And then I'm the one held accountable if you want to know something about it, right?
Well, the thing I think people, they really want to know is, they want to know what kind of experience you guys have got.
Well, like 52 years is trying to learn how to do it.
That's a long time to be doing anything.
Yeah, I know. It's longer than some folks live.
52 years.
52 years, that's right. Uh-huh.
And I guess when we started doing this show, we were in the high 40s.
We've been doing about 5 years.
Yeah, probably so. But I mean, it's incredible that one place of business has been here that long. And there's reasons for that. I brag on you guys. There's reasons for that. You guys, you do exactly what you say you're going to do. You offer a great product. You offer it at a fair price, and the service is exceptional. Why go anywhere else? Ken's Firestone Batesville is where I go.
We can do it for you. And listen, let me tell you, we appreciate your business. We appreciate your loyal customers that come in and say, I saw you on TV. It was hard to watch it all, but I watched it. So, but this is sort of a customer appreciation sale, and we want to do something back for the community, get you ready for spring, and take care of you in good shape. 1st through the 15th, do it early in the month. Come by early, get your. Because we will run out of some of them, but we can get them. Yeah. We can replace them.
Shop early.
Yeah, shop early. Get them. And while I have the fresh stock in stock, or if we don't, we give you a rain check and we'll take care of you.
Good to see you, my friend.
Thank you, David.
Always a pleasure to get to visit with Mr. Johnny Kent on the Johnny Kent Show at Kent's Firestone. What a pleasure it is to be at Lindley Health and Rehab Center in Newport, Arkansas, and we've always got a lot of great entertainment going on out here. Boy, have we got some special guests, or the special guest. Sherry Hanley, tell us about this guy sitting to my immediate right. He looks familiar. I've seen him before. I just can't figure out who this guy is.
Well, I think a lot of people probably know who he is, and especially when he starts singing. We have the one and only Mr. Elvis Presley in the building.
He is in the building. He has not left the building. He is here, and he's ready for a little entertainment. My friend, tell us who you really are.
My name is Butch Dykes from Jacksonville, Arkansas.
Butch, you look a lot like the king of rock and roll, and they say you sing a lot like the king of rock and roll. And if we didn't know that you weren't the king of rock and roll, we might go, hey, this guy's pretty special right here. Tell us about being Elvis and the impersonation of the king of rock and roll. How long you been doing it, how you got started, so on and so forth, and give us a little info.
Well, I started in 1973. I actually started when he was still alive, and actually got to meet him twice while he was still alive. And basically in 2000, after I retired from the United States Air Force, I decided to be able to pursue this dream I had. And in about 2000, I was called by a nursing home if I actually did this for nursing homes. I said, yeah, well, I got a speaker. Do you have an audience? And since then, I have 98 nursing and rehab facilities here in the state of Arkansas. I've got 6 in northeastern Louisiana. And I'm also in Tennessee, the Memphis area, and I have 3 over there.
So you are the guy. I mean, you spend just a wealth of your time. This is kind of like what you do. So how many gigs a week do you do?
Well, gigs a week is, I couldn't even tell you, but I know on average each year is 300 shows.
300 shows, 365 days. That means you're a busy man.
I'm a lot of those days, with the reason why I said about days, just like today I was up in Walnut Ridge at 10:30. I'm down here in the wonderful rock and roll capital of Newport, Arkansas.
Yes, it is.
Hey, I know this place, but anyway, and so are they. And basically, yes, that's what we do. And basically, what I started out with the Elvis Act, and especially in the Newport in this area up here, I give them a little bit of Johnny Cash, a little bit of that guy named Harold Jenkins. Oh, Conway Twitty, and a lot of them. And it's really amazing how their eyes light up with everybody that ever was here before they were number one.
Let me ask you this, and of course we didn't talk about what we're going to talk about here on the air, but why nursing homes? What's the connection there? You have some connection. I mean, you got to have a big heart to. We got special groups of people that with long-term care, short-term care. Why nursing homes?
Well, let me put it this way: in 2006, I had 17 casinos in Oklahoma, and finally, the last day of my my performance there, I was so depressed to watching people do this. Yes. And with my growing number of nursing and rehab facilities, what I did was, I said, I have a better audience in Arkansas, a most appreciative Arkansas audience. And so as I started building from 2 to 4 to 6 to the 96, you actually get, I had grandparents. Right. Well, I don't have them now. Right. I have 20,000 grandparents now, right, and great-grandparents. And it's really rewarding to be able to come out and just have a good time, because the whole thing is they're not going anywhere. Right. They're here, and also for a facility like this one that emphasizes quality of life. Yep. What better way to give that but through the medicine of music?
Hey, good to see you, my friend. We say that we're going to have a little rock and roll coming up, and Sherry, this guy, I know he's good.
He is good. And if you're kind of wondering why we're kind of dressed in military, we always have a theme when Elvis comes. We have done Jailhouse Rock. We have done Blue Suede Shoes, where we all put on our blue suede shoes. Viva Las Vegas. And now he was in, as everyone knows, that Elvis was in the Army. So we are honoring him by dressing up in the military in the camouflage. So it's going to be a great show, and we enjoy Elvis coming, and we have a really, really fun time when he's here.
The only thing I got to say is go get him up there, champ, and let's see what we got.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. We're going to have a little music coming up next.
I gave my heart, I gave my love, but my darling, what will I do? Doing the best, love as I can, but it's not you, even for you. I tried so hard to breathe. Darling, my darling, what more can I do? Doing the best I can. I'm not kissing you, but it's not true, even for you.
UACCB, we're in Batesville. We're visiting with Jane Brewer, and we're going to talk about a lot of things that are going on at the college. Even though it was spring break when we filmed, Jane got an opportunity to come in and work, and you say it's not a bad time of year to get a lot of things done, spring break.
Believe it or not, we do enjoy being here. We miss the students, but it's a good time for us to catch up. And because some students have a break, some of the high school students around, a few of them still have a break, this is the time that they can come in and we can still help them enroll or get ready for next year. So it really is a good time to be here.
Some people may think that the college completely shuts down. We close the doors, we lock the doors, we leave, and nobody's here. But that's not the case. There's a lot of people helping other students here at the college.
That's right. Our library remains open. Our Student Success Center, which is a tutoring center for students, that remains open. And of course, all of the offices are here to service students. And we still have some events going on this week or weeks that there seemingly wouldn't be a lot going on with students.
Absolutely.
But yeah, we've got a lot.
Got a few things to talk about, entertainment-wise, got registration. You've got the floor, girl. Tell us what's going on.
Well, this is airing in April, so we're talking about some April events. One big May event, just put on your calendars, commencement, which is May 12th. That will be, of course, here on campus. And then in April, we've got the Arkansas Scholars Banquet, which will be April 7th. That's for area high school students in Independence County. Okay. We've got the Student Awards Banquet, which will be, I've got to check my notes,
Sure.
on that, April 17th. And that's for UACCB students who have received certain awards. They'll be notified about that. And then our last of the series of performing arts shows will be April 24th. That's Branson on the Road, and that is the series that we've talked about so many times this year. With the help of First Community Bank, they've partnered with us, and we are bringing, it's called Branson on the Road. It's supposed to be kind of like the old-time traveling shows, really popular, they say, and it's supposed to be a good time. That will start at 7 p.m. Tickets are $10, and you can get those at First Community Bank, the main bank here in Batesville, Cave City, and the Southside branches, as well as UACCB. So call us, and we'll get you some entertainment.
It's going to be a good show. It's going to be a great show.
It really is. All of those shows have been good. We just got done with Back on Broadway in March, the 1st of March, and it was a great show. So you won't be disappointed, and you don't have to drive to Branson to get that entertainment. You
$10.
Right, $10.
$10.
Yeah, a little cheaper than
$10. Well, drive to Branson, and you can go for 55 or 65.
And then the big thing for us, registration is going on now. We so encourage folks who are looking at maybe you're a new student, or you've been out a semester and you want to come back to school, or you've been at another college and you're just wanting to take even one class. Call us. Now is the time. We can register anyone for summer right now, and there are a lot of summer classes. We always say what a great opportunity to get a class that usually takes one full semester. You can get it done in 4 weeks in the summer. And so our number is 870-612-2139. That connects people right here to the Enrollment Center, and we can walk them through just a few steps to get them ready to enroll.
Well, no doubt, and we've talked about this show in a long time, that what a service that you guys provide. I mean, you talk about, Mr. Ted Hall was telling us a story earlier about people that may have been, in their 40s and their 50s and so on, and decide, I want to take some college classes. And you go if you've thought about it and you've put it on the back burner for 20 years, and now would be a great opportunity for you to come on out and visit with us and let us see what we can do with it.
That's right. And just start out with one. A lot of people aren't sure if they can work it in their schedule, or they're not sure financially if they're able to do it. Start with the class. You'll get very comfortable and understand that there's no one will feel out of place at UACCB, whether you're a recently graduated high school student, or you're someone my age that is just coming back to school, or even folks maybe 60 to 70. We've got all ages here, and it's just a great environment, comfortable, safe, helpful. We're a friendly group, we think,
I think we are too.
So yes, come out. We also, our online classes, we have expanded those. So we have a lot more opportunity with online seating and classes, and that's something you can take that class from home, and it's so convenient.
You bet it is.
And then fall classes are also available at this point. If you're a new student, call us. In April, we'll be enrolling new students for fall. So there's no limits. We can help you out. And our community education department has some classes for those that are looking for just no credit. They just want to take a class, maybe a few Saturdays or a couple nights a week for 2 or 3 weeks. And that ranges anywhere from knitting to survival, basic survival, computer classes. They have a whole range of things.
Lots of things going on at the college here on our spring break, as you call it. No break.
No break. No, but I know I've rambled, but if anybody has questions, just call us. Again, 870-612-2139 is the Enrollment Center office number.
She is Jane Brewer, and she is the one with all the information at the University of Arkansas. The Community College in Batesville. Come see us, and let's continue on with more of our show. Mr. Ted Hall, White River Area Agency on Aging in Batesville and throughout northeast, north central Arkansas, lots of places. Mr. Hall, good to see you again.
Hey, I'm feeling a little better since I've seen you last.
Well, the last time we visited, you were new to the job, and you weren't even wet behind the ears, but things are better.
That's right. I think it was day 6. Anyway, but we're having a good time.
Yes, sir.
We've learned a lot about what's going on in this agency, and of course, I mentioned the last time I was here that, this agency has been around 35 years and do a lot for a lot of people. And so, mentioning 35 years, we're actually going to do our celebration of 35 years on July the 9th, and we have a program that's going to be set up as right out front here. In fact, the Chamber of Commerce are going to be here to do a ribbon cutting, and they're going to bring their ambassadors, and we're inviting all the community to come and be a part of that. We're serving hamburgers and hot dogs. John 3:16 is going to help us with that.
Yeah.
And then one of the special things we're going to do that day is that we're celebrating Cassie Creighton, who's a longtime board member and actually the chair of the White River Area Agency. And we're bringing her family here, and we're going to have a celebration about Cassie, and she was really a dear friend to this agency. So that's one of the big things that we're going to be celebrating. Plus, we're just going to be talking about all the great things that the agency does here, and that's our motto, our driving force is, well, how can we help the senior citizens of this area?
Absolutely.
And of course, we do it in the 10-county area, and believe it or not, we have over 625 employees.
Wow.
And we have around 400 caregivers out in the homes in this 10-county area. And they go in, Dave, and they cook, they clean, they help with bathing, you name it. We have the services that can help our senior citizens. So it's a great job, and I knew it was here for a long time, but I didn't know exactly all the things that we do. So it's exciting to be a part of this, and man, the staff here, they've just been great to help me kind of get me in the right direction. So it's exciting.
You know, I was thinking yesterday when I talked to Miss Peggy and I said, come and talk to Mr. Ted, and I think about things that, you and I might discuss. One thing that really hit me was if you look at the technology in the world today. I mean, years ago, you couldn't get on the internet and buy something and have it delivered to your home, and you can do that today, and we have cell phones, electronic devices, but technology is really great, and lots of us use technology. This business here is a people business.
Absolutely.
It's a people business. You can't get the services that you guys provide on the internet. Talk about the people.
Well, one of the things that, we have to think about who we're going to market our business to. And, it's to the 40, the 50, the 60-year-olds really who are getting ready to take care of mom and dad.
Right.
And, certainly nothing wrong with nursing homes. I mean, my mother was in a nursing home, but a lot of folks want to stay home as long as they can. And there is a point in time that they have to leave the home. But what we do, and a major part of our business is the in-home services.
Absolutely.
And we just have a great way of taking care of people. And one of the things that we do that most of, I guess, our competitors do not do, when we have a call, we actually bring someone into the home and we evaluate what needs to be done. And if there's services that we can't provide, then we help delegate those out to other areas in the community. So we actually have a caregiver that comes in there and helps with them and see what they qualify for. And so that's the big thing that we would like to leave here, is that people know if they have a question about senior citizens, that'd be 60 and over, then we're the place to come to. And we'll treat them with respect. And, we even have the Eagle Mountain Assisted Living, which is just a great facility there. And it's neat to be a part of seeing families who are really apprehensive about taking mom or dad out of home and bringing them in there. And those folks that just love them, they take care of them. And we just had an experience last week with a family that I've been going to church with for a long time, and be able to help them move from that apprehension to see them over there. And I even went over there this past weekend just to make sure, because I knew they were moving in.
Right.
Just to make sure they were okay. So anyway, that's what this organization is about, Dave, is how can we help our folks.
Absolutely.
And I think we do a great job. And again, I'm still learning more about it, but I have been around to all the 10 county offices that we have.
Good.
And we're going to have a celebration of the 35 years in each one of our counties.
Oh, is that right?
And so we're going to reach out to all the people in each one of these counties. But the celebration here will be on July the 9th, and we'll have more information about that
As we go.
You bet.
Mr. Ted Hall, it's always my pleasure to get to visit with you, sir.
Absolutely, sir. Same to you.
Let's continue on with more of our business spotlight. Folks, we talked last month about the Dairy Queen in Batesville, same location, completely different building, remodeled virtually from top to bottom. The Dairy Queen Grill and Chill, and still the same quality food that you can expect from Dairy Queen. Sharon Strecker and her staff continue to provide great, quote, fast food service. Well, it may not be fast food because we cook it as you ask for it, and some of the same things that are on special have always been on special. Half price happy hour in the afternoon, a convenient drive-through window. It's good stuff at the Dairy Queen. Always having a blizzard of the month. Check with us to see what the blizzard of the month is for the month of April. But I want to remind you about that chicken strip basket. I mean, it is literally the best chicken strip basket that you can get anywhere in the country, and white gravy that tops it off is simply outstanding. You want a burger, you want a double, you want a single, a double, a triple, you can get it all. You can get all the fixings on there from lettuce, tomatoes, pickle, onion. You want some extra sauce on that, they can do that. Onion rings that are absolutely second to none. And don't forget about the Dairy Queen treats, whether it's a dilly bar, an ice cream sandwich, you know, something like a milkshake, any type of we talked about the blizzards and having a blizzard of the month, and you know, we make all kinds of blizzards. You just come in here and get your choice. We're in the same location in Batesville, and a beautifully remodeled from top to bottom, inside and out. You won't recognize it as you drive by here in Batesville, and you won't recognize it if you haven't been into the showroom as such, and it is a showroom. It is completely remodeled, and all out of appreciation for all the customers and clients that we've had at the Dairy Queen for many, many years. Sharon Strecker reminds you to come by, do a little visit with them. And again, we don't do as fast food as such, but it is fast service. It's good food. It's quality. We cook it. When you order it, it's always fresh at the DQ Grill and Chill in Batesville, same location. Come see us today. In the grand scheme of things, when you're doing this show, sometimes it just doesn't work right.
No, see, it's the whole principle of undersell and over-deliver. What it is it was, the first one was so amazingly good, we wanted to improve upon it. So this is part 2.
Well, we actually did a show that you don't get to see. You know, we talk about what we talk about before the show, and we want to talk about what we talked about before the show and then what we talked about during the show that for some reason it was my fault that it didn't work. And your name is what? This is Dr. Gavin McDowell from Customized Vision Care in Newport, and we had a lot of fun today. We had fun at the 11 o'clock taping, the 1 o'clock taping, now we're at the 4 o'clock taping of this 5-minute show that I don't think we're ever going to get done, but it's a lot of fun going on.
And remember to tip your waitress.
Absolutely. Tip you for coming out here and helping us try to get through this thing. I appreciate you.
If you need a good, audio-visual guy, I can moonlight.
I need somebody that...
I watched a YouTube video. I'm
you know what to do, don't you? You do. And on a more serious note, as we get through the comic segment of this particular portion of the show, we do want to talk about our eye care and how to take care of our eyes.
Yes.
And summertime, springtime is here. I want to talk a little bit about sunglasses. Tell me a little bit about sunglasses and what you know about that.
Well, it just so happens I had this very conversation with somebody earlier.
I bet you did.
Sunglasses. Let's see. What was the talking point?
We were talking about protection. Yeah.
Protection, and they look cool.
Yeah.
We didn't talk about that a whole lot.
No.
How cool. Some people look cooler than others.
Well, I would say that. And
anyway.
you and I had, we do sunglasses. I mean, hey, buddy, we're cool. Yeah. We're cool. Why do we need sunglasses?
To protect your eyes. I mean, it's obvious. I mean, it's not just for looks. It's not just for comfort. You have to protect your eyes. And the kind of the analogy I used earlier today was if you go to the beach, you're going to put sunscreen on. You're going to put a hat on because you don't want to burn. Well, what's protecting the back of your eyes that's catching all that light that you're seeing? Because when you see something, you're picking up light, and that's mostly visible light as well as UV light and UV radiation. And UV radiation has been linked to early onset cataracts and cataract progression, as well as macular degeneration, which is a potentially blinding condition. So, the more protection you can have between your eye and the sun, the better. And not all sunglasses are made equal, because you can get some that are just tinted lenses, and a tinted lens
It's a very interesting point, by the way. Very, very good point.
A tinted lens is going to do nothing more than make you feel comfortable. It's going to block out visible light, but just a tinted lens that does not have any UV protection is actually going to cause you more damage than good, because when you put that tinted lens on, blocking that visible light, it's going to let your pupils open up a little more.
Okay.
Make you a little more comfortable that way. Letting all that UV radiation hit your eye. So that's not good.
No, it's not good.
So no matter what kind of sunglass you get, and you can get these from your mom and pop stores, you can get them from big box retailers as well, but make sure those lenses say that they are UVA and UVB protectant, because if they do not have a sticker on it that says that they are, then they're not. I don't care how cool they look and how awesome you think you look in those suckers, they are not going to protect your eye like a UVA, UVB lens will.
You know, I didn't know that, and we talked about it, earlier in the show that we're recording, and I did not know that there was a difference in sunglasses. I just thought pair of sunglasses, but when it comes to protecting your eyes, not only do you protect it with a pair of sunglasses, but if you don't have the correct UV, I mean, you're not protecting anything.
Yeah, you might as well just walk out there and stare at the sun.
Yeah. Hey, and hey, we talked about.
We forgot that at the beginning. See, we're so much better on the first taping.
We were going to use that as our trademark. Hey! We can do it now. We can do it right in the middle.
We'll run into the
ground. It's our show, isn't it?
It's our show.
That is right. But we want to talk a little bit about contact.
Yeah.
Because a lot of us like to wear glasses in the wintertime, and then when it gets time to wear the sunglasses on the beach or fishing or mowing the yard or whatever, wearing contacts, then get the correct type sunglasses, but contacts.
From a licensed prescriber.
Talk a little bit about that again.
I assure you, Habib's Never Close and Jacqueline's Nail Supply is not going to be a licensed prescriber of contact lenses. And I know you can go in there and get those, and they're going to tell you, oh, they're without prescription, so they're cosmetic. Yeah, they're cosmetic, but it's still a medical device. You have to be a licensed optometrist or ophthalmologist to dispense contact lenses. And anybody that does so without a license to practice optometry or ophthalmology is breaking the law. And and I'll warn, if you're watching this program and you got something that you're selling, I've had to confront people who sell them on Facebook.
Right, absolutely.
The Newport and Batesville yard sales.
Right.
It is punishable up to $5,000.
Wow.
Per lens.
Wow.
So if you're selling them, you got a bunch of them, I hope you got enough bankroll to back that up.
Well, the bottom line, don't buy them.
Don't do it.
Don't buy them.
Don't do it. Like I said earlier, I don't go to Walmart and try on just generic dentures if my teeth fall out, I'm going to have somebody fit those for me because it's a medical device. You don't go get a prosthetic leg just because it looks cool.
Sure.
Sure, you look good with that blade, like a Blade Runner if you want to be that guy or whatever, but if it doesn't fit right, you're going to cause a lot more problems. Same thing with a contact lens. If it's not fit properly, you're going to have a lot of issues that are potentially vision altering or vision taking.
Yeah.
There has been some cases of people losing vision.
Talk a little bit about our guaranteed contact lens success program right here at Customized Vision. It's guaranteed.
It's simple. You want to try contacts, whether you've tried them before or you want to try a new line or you've been hesitant to jump out of one brand to another, come in, we'll do your exam, and we'll fit you with a sample pair of lenses because the manufacturers have gotten really helpful in the sense that they give us trial lenses. We'll try the lens. We'll try multiple lenses until we find the lens that you like, not only makes you feel comfortable, but you can see the best with. And if we find it, great. If we don't,
you don't know anything.
We don't know anything. I mean, I don't see how that cannot be on the top of your priority list if you want to try contact lenses.
If you, like you say, whether you've tried them before and you maybe didn't like them, you tried them years ago, they're a lot easier to wear these days.
Easy to wear, and the technology is so much different because, back in the day when contacts first came out, we had the hard ones. And I've had a hard contact lens on my eye twice.
Right.
There will not be a third time. That's how uncomfortable for me it was. Now, there's patients who still wear them. Admittedly, they give great vision, but they're really, really hard to get used to. But the soft ones, even when they came out, we only had the ones that would correct for general farsightedness or nearsightedness. Now we've got ones that correct for for astigmatism. We have some that correct for distance and up close and everything in between. We got some that are colored. We got some that aren't colored. They're making some now that have little electrodes in it. The military is looking at trying to adapt those to night vision. If those come out on the market, oh man,
that'd be a big deal.
It's going to be awesome.
If you're looking for sunglasses to protect your eyes, if you're looking for just normal eyewear, if you're looking for contact lens, customized vision care in the Newport Village Mall with Dr. Gavin McDowell, area comic.
I thought I was the opening act and you were the anchor comedian.
Yeah, but professionalism when it comes to your eye care, you can get it right here. Good to see you, my friend.
Good to see you too.
Let's continue again with more of our show on the business.
Hey!
Margaret Goodman joins us on the Harris Hospital Spotlight, one of 2 spotlights that we do at Harris Hospital, and good to see you, classmate.
I'm telling you.
We were sitting at the same table last night planning our little reunion that we have coming up.
So glad you didn't mention the year.
Well, it's a 74, and y'all do the math out there, and you can tell.
We're not telling you.
You know, we were in the 2nd grade during this time. We're going to join the class of 74
exactly
as
right.
they celebrate their 40-year class reunion coming up this fall. How's that?
That's great.
So Senior Circle is still in full swing and circling around the globe, I guess you would say. What's going on with y'all's end of the world?
We are planning some really nice trips for this summer, and I want to talk about those 2 trips.
All
we
right.
have a 7-day Alaskan cruise that we're going to go on in August. It's August the 22nd through the 30th. The cost is $24.99, and it is an awesome trip. We do all kinds of things, and of course, I've been on this cruise, so this is a pretty cool trip. And if you're interested, I need you to give me a call. We only have to have a minimum of 12 to go on this trip.
Okay.
Usually we have to have at least 30, so we don't on this trip, so we're excited about that. The other trip that I'm excited about is Cape Cod, and that's a motor coach tour, and we're going to go in September when the foliage is all changing and the
beautiful.
colors. It's going to be a great time. That is a very inexpensive trip. It's a 10-day trip. We have to have about 20 to go, and it's $1,029 for 10 days.
Okay.
We'll get to visit the famous Kennedy. You know, we're going to go to Hyannisburg and visit all that and see all that interesting things that this little country girl's never got to see. So that'll be pretty exciting.
You guys at Senior Circle put together these trips, and most of them make.
Yes.
And then when people go, I mean, it becomes the talk of the town. When they
Yes.
get back, it's always the talk of the town. So these trips are like a lot of work to line them up, but a lot of great pleasure by those that attend.
Oh, and that's true, and I'm glad you mentioned that too, because they're also open to the public. You know, as long as you're 18 and you want to go and visit with my seniors and be on the trip with my seniors, you can benefit with these great prices because they give us some absolutely wonderful prices for these trips. I've actually tried to book these trips without the tour guide and see if we could get the same price. We can't. So we're excited that they can give us such a great deal. So if you're interested, and even if you're not age 50, which you have to be a Senior Circle member, I would love to have you because we have a ball. We really do have a good time.
Speaking of Senior Circle, talk a little bit about, you know, and we have for years, what is Senior Circle? What do we do and what do we have to offer and how much does it cost to do it? So
we have lots of things to offer. We give discounts on everything, including in our hospital and also in our community. It costs $15 if you're single, $25 or $27 for a couple. And all you have to do is call me, 870-512-3030. We would love to have you. We're actually going tonight to do one of our supper clubs, which we go to a local restaurant and we eat, you know, fellowship, have a good time. It's always a lot of fun. You know, they tell me I have the best job, and I have to agree, I do. You know, it's a great group of people. It's a fun group to be with, and I really enjoy them.
Well, there's no doubt that the fellowship part of getting together with folks and enjoying, you know, the stories, whether they're weekly or monthly or whenever, you know, you get to catch up. You might not normally in your everyday work schedule. A lot of the folks in the Senior Circle don't work, but maybe they volunteer their times a lot of places, especially here. But it just gives you a great opportunity to get to visit with folks.
Yes, and then they get to, you know, we get benefits from, when you're in a Senior Circle group, you get benefits. There are discounts you get. Locally, one of the newest one is our new Subway
Right.
in the Walmart. They're offering a 10% discount to those that are Senior Circle members, so that's great. You know, that's you know, when you're my
Another
age,
advantage.
drive by there, pick up supper, and take it home. You know, it's awesome. I love it.
At your age.
Senior. Senior.
Senior Margaret Manuel Goodman is
That's
a
right.
senior citizen, and that's okay.
Exactly.
It sure beats the alternative, doesn't it?
Amen.
Margaret, good to see you. Got to
to
visit
see
with you
you.
last night. Had a great meeting. We talked about it at the beginning of the program. Class of 1974 having a big 40-year reunion coming up. We're looking forward to that.
Yes, we are. And please call us, one of us, please. We are so excited. If you have anybody that you know that's one of our classmates, put out the word for us. We want to get everybody involved. And
Let us know. We'd like to have a good one. And
Yeah.
going to be several of them going on. I mean, I know there's a 10, a 20, a 30, a 35, a 40, maybe a 50, and anyway, everybody's going to have a lot of fun.
I laughed and said that David, we went 20 and then we didn't do anything else, you know. And I said, David's scared that we're not going to make it to the 50th, so he's going to have a 40th.
So we're going to have one. we might not get there for the 50th. We're going to have 40.
That's
Good to see you,
exactly-
Margaret.
Good to see you too, David.
Let's continue on with more of the Business Spotlight. Rebecca Payroll joins us to talk a little further about Harris Hospital and some of the good things, the great things that are going on here. And good to see you, girl.
Good to see you again.
We talked a little bit prior to coming on here about some of the things that y'all are implementing here. We've got a couple of things that we really need to talk about it. Girl, you have the floor. You go right at it. Let's talk.
Well, I am very, very excited to be able to introduce our patient portals. That is the biggest, newest, I guess, amenity that we have for patients here at Harris Hospital. And so I want to tell you all about that. How many of you have ever been to your doctor's office or been a patient in the hospital and thought, man, I sure would like to see that chart they're looking at? Haven't
All
you ever
of
just
us.
wondered?
All
you
of
know,
us. I'd like to know what's on there.
And think, what are they writing in there? What are they putting? So we have the ability now for all of our patients to be able to access their medical records online. So
Right.
we think that's really going to be a huge benefit to our patients as consumers.
Okay.
So we call that patient portal. Next time you come into Harris Hospital, you'll be asked if you want to register for the patient portal. And this is some of the flyers that you'll see around. There's a poster in every room. And what this will allow you to do is access your inpatient records, test results, medications, procedures, discharge instructions. Of course, it's all free. This is just a really extra that we're doing in encouraging patients to take more of an active role in their own health. So we have hospital patient portal, and then also whenever you go to any of the clinics and you see a doctor,
Okay.
there is a clinic patient portal. So anytime you go to one of our physicians, you'll be given one of these here.
Okay.
And asked if that's something that you might like to sign up to do. You can register for the clinic patient portal. They'll give you a PIN number here and write it down. It's all completely secure.
Okay,
You know,
good.
that's one of the big questions.
Everybody would
Everyone
question that,
always wants
absolutely.
to know. You can, with the clinic patient portals, you can send messages to your doc. You can make appointments through the portal, and they'll also give you, if you want to receive texts on your telephone, they'll send you a reminder text about your appointment
Really?
on your phone. So it's really exciting here in Jackson County that we're just on the latest technology.
Technological age is here, and there's no doubt, I mean, tremendous advantages. And you're right, when you go to the doctor or you go to the hospital and then you don't really know what's said behind closed doors or whatever, and you don't ever get to see what's in that final report, but you always, you get a good explanation even at Harris Hospital or anywhere else in the country. But boy, something like this where you can really see it in black and white is great technology. Here's a question for you. It's an online service. It's an online, you have to have a computer, you have to have some access to that. Anything available if you don't have online or if you don't have, what happens? I mean, there are some of us that maybe don't have a computer system or an email address.
Right.
How do you handle that?
Well, what we would encourage everyone to do is start, if you have, say, elderly family members that
Okay.
you take care of, if you have parents that you're the caregiver
Okay.
of perhaps, go ahead and sign them up with an email address for themselves, and then a caregiver, say a child that's taking care of their elderly adult. We
Okay.
know 80-year-old patients, a lot of them don't care or don't want to access their medical records
That's correct,
online.
right.
But a child of a parent of that age that's their caregiver, they may really be
Well, I bet you
interested
they
in
want
that.
them.
So if the patient gives that permission to be able to do that and lists the caregiver, their child, or as their parent, to be a representative is what
Okay.
it's called,
Okay.
then they can list them as representatives to be able to access their medical records. Just sort of like whenever you come into the hospital and they list out who that the doctors and nurses can discuss their
Right,
medical
right,
situation with,
right.
which family members they want to have access to that.
Okay. Well, anyway, government standards have gotten to good. I mean, they're good because they have tremendous protections for the consumer. Lots of protections here for the consumer, trying to give the consumer as much information as possible.
That's right. That's the whole reason behind it.
Wonderful, wonderful program for those of us who would like to know and need to know. I mean, when you go in, and I'm sitting there just thinking, I say, I'd like to know what the doctor wrote down on that particular visit. I know he told me I had a sore throat and needed a shot, but they write, and I'm assuming that what you see there is normal terminology and terminology that can be read by the layman, and there are some doctor's terms that they have to use in some medical reports, but.
And if there are discharge instructions
Right,
that
okay.
you may forget, or if you lose your folder once
Right.
you discharge from the hospital, that's another opportunity to go on and say, look at the discharge instructions and what did they
Paperless.
tell me to do, and was I supposed to follow up with the doctor, or what was I supposed to do here?
Yeah, when did I come
And,
back? Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we feel like it is really going to be beneficial to our patients, and that's what we just really want, the best for all of our patients.
So tell me again, when you come in, you requested, will somebody mention this to us? Will they mention that this is available?
Yes, when you come in through registration, the
Okay.
registration department,
Okay.
and that is, if you've ever come in through registration, you're sick. You need to get into the hospital.
wanna
They
see
have to
somebody.
ask you all of these questions and get you signed up and ask your insurance information and on and on and on and on. This is one of those questions that they'll ask you
Okay.
if you want to register for the patient portal, so that whenever you discharge, within 36 hours, your medical records will be available to you if that's something you desire. Sometimes patients aren't interested at that point because you're sick.
You're sick.
You
You're
don't
sick.
care.
Yeah, when
right
you get feeling
then.
better, you will be.
And so you may go on into the hospital. So at several points of contact, you may encounter nurses or even doctors or lab
Okay.
staff that
Right.
are coming to draw your blood, kind of reinforcing that, hey, do you know about the capability that we have here now? Because lab results are another aspect that will be posted online.
Wow.
So if how many times have you been out having conversations and your caregiver as your child may ask an elderly parent, now what they say your blood sugar was?
Absolutely. And you go, well, I don't remember, and then gives you a way to remember. That's great stuff. That's good stuff.
Well, we are really excited about it and want to encourage all of our patients to take advantage of this opportunity.
Yes. Well, just to come in, and when they ask, I would say, sign up, folks.
Yeah.
So you have nothing to lose. It's free of charge, and
That's
it's
right.
a tremendous advantage, but it's just another advantage that you get when you do business with the hometown hospital, Harris Hospital. And girl, you've always got great information. I appreciate you. Anything else we need to talk about today?
We have Relay for Life coming up April 11th.
Okay.
And Harris Hospital is a sponsor of that. We
Yes.
sponsor the Survivor Walk.
Right.
And the Survivor Dinner. And we will also have a fundraising booth out there that night. We really want to be a partner with the Jackson County Relay for Life and support that. So I encourage everyone to come on out April 11th.
Tell us where all that's going to happen.
It's at the Village Mall
Okay.
this year, out in the parking lot there, and starts about 6:30.
Looking forward to that. It's always a
It'll be
pleasure
fun.
to get to see you.
All right.
Rebecca Payroll, Marketing Director Extraordinaire at Harris Hospital, and we appreciate you taking time to visit with it each and every month.
Let's not go overboard.
Let's stay tuned for more of our show right after this. When opportunities arise to visit with people who have been instrumental in a lot of our lives around Newport and Jackson County, I really get excited. We are at St. Michael's Place, Pecan Street in Newport, and what a great opportunity it is to get to visit with who most everybody in this county knows, Miss Shirley Mann. And I know this, she has been instrumental in a lot of our lives, has touched people's lives from many years ago, and she has been a patient here at St. Michael's. But Miss Shirley, before we get talking about you being a patient, tell me what you did for those few years while everybody knows us and where you worked and what you did.
Okay, I started out when I graduated from high school in 1954.
Okay.
I graduated, I went to work at Victor Metal.
Okay.
I worked out there a while, and of course, Bobby and I got engaged and got married.
Mm-hmm.
And we went to Chicago. And we lived there a while. And I'm a country girl. I said, Bobby, I don't like this. I want to go home.
Right.
And I said, you go home with me or I'll go alone.
You were coming to the house, weren't you?
I was going back to the farm. And so we come back to the farm. And of course I had my two boys, Bob Wayne and Ronnie. And then I went to work at the shoe factory.
Okay.
And I worked out there till it closed.
Okay.
Then I went to work at, I believe it was at Barbecue Inn. Was that right across from Kelly?
Yes, ma'am.
And I
Yes,
worked
ma'am.
there a while, and one day I got a phone call while I was working there. And this lady said, are you Shirley Mann? I said, yes, I am. She said, well, you've been recommended to work at Kelly's Grill.
Wow.
And I said, oh, yeah, I've never been in there. She said, well, we've got our boss, Tarla Stanley, said to call you. He wanted to talk to you. And I went over there and got hired that day. And I worked from 5 to about 2:30 every day.
5 in the morning, yeah.
And all the customers I had was at that time was a round table, and I had Johnny Thomas and Ed Michaels and what was his name that got killed here?
Boy, there were several, but people drank coffee. Back then, people would come to the round table and drink coffee. There were a lot of them that would come.
Well, I mentioned the ones that did come. And I worked the Rotary Club.
Right.
The Lion Club, and we had another one I worked. Rotary?
Well, it could have been the Lions Club. Could have been the Kiwanis Club.
Yeah,
could have been the Kiwanis
I worked
Club.
all the clubs, and while I carried those plates out to those people in there, which one club had about 87 people, I carried all those plates for myself and worked out front too during noon hour.
Right. You were busy at Kelly's. Now, how long did you work at Kelly's?
About 18 years altogether.
Okay. And then after that, you didn't retire, did you?
Oh, no.
I didn't think so.
I worked down at Waddell's for a little while, and then I went over to the country club, and I loved the country club.
Right.
Those were the nicest people. But Sam Kelly and Doc and them were really nice to me, too.
Right, absolutely.
But I believe at the country club that I enjoyed that most of all because it was different.
Right. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
And I done the bridge club for them little old ladies.
Uh-huh.
And all them little old ladies are gone now.
Right.
They are Miss Connor.
Right.
John Connor, Mary Alice, she used to say, Shirley, when you get retired, you can come play bridge with us. I said, oh, I don't even know how to play bridge. And she said, well, we want you to come play bridge with us.
Right.
I said, we'll see. But I never did go play bridge with them because after I retired from the country club, I went down to Jacob Ladder.
Right.
And worked with the kids down there, and I loved them.
I bet you did.
I see them little old kids now that was, they might have been 4 years old.
4 and 5 years old, yeah, 4 or 5.
Now they're in high school.
Right.
And they'll holler, oh, there's Miss Shirley. here and they come love me.
I bet they do.
I'm trying to think of that little old boy's name. He made a great football player.
Right. Well, there was a lot of, you touched a lot of people's lives, there's no doubt.
Yeah, I told the grandmas and the moms. I served about 3 generations.
Well, that's what you were just telling me when
And
I was
I
coming
love-
in. Said you served my daddy, you served me, and you served my sons, and that's it gets it.
And your kids.
Absolutely. Got to ask you this, Miss Shirley. We're at St. Michael's Place, and you have some things that you would like to tell the public about St. Michael's and what they've done for you to get you back on the right track.
Okay. When I come here to St. Michael's, I come from St. Vincent Hospital. I had that staph infection. I was over there 7 weeks. And when I come here, I could not walk or lick. I couldn't breathe good. I was just about gone. And I really thought I was too. And these people here, they got me back a walking and got me up helping myself, like putting my clothes on, giving me a bath, and they changed my bed every day, and they were some of the nicest nurses to help me I ever saw, to make sure that I did not fall. And they served 3 good meals every day. They had good recreation and stuff down for the people that are here.
Yes, ma'am.
And it's one of the cleanest places I have ever been in. I mean, it was just, to me, it was just wonderful. And they got me back on my feet. It took me a long time, therapy. And I began to think that I wasn't going to get back on my feet. And my little granddaughter came to me one day. She said, "Grandma, please don't ever give up." I said, "I'm never going to give up. I'm going to work and get back on my feet and go home." And one of my good nurses is not here today. Her name is Nene, and I just loved her. She'd help me any time I needed, no matter where she was at. And all the girls in the office was just wonderful. Ashley's not here today, but I really wanted to see her.
Mm-hmm.
She was wonderful to me.
Right.
And all the girls was. I could not have been in a better place. And I'd say that anybody is down sick and need help, this is a place to come. And I want to tell them that the therapy here that they gave me, got me back on my feet, those guys were wonderful.
Right.
They worked very hard with me. One of the guys' name was Andy. He's not here anymore. But you know, he still calls me.
Is that right?
He still calls me and asks me how he's doing. He's working in Batesville now. And the other little girl, his name was Ashley, that she said, "Shirley," she said, "I know where you're at." She said, "I was that way for 8 months. She'd had a motorcycle wreck before she come to work here, and she said, I broke my leg, and it took her 8 months to get back on her feet.
Wow.
So I know you can do it." I said, "Yes, ma'am." I thought, I am going to walk, and it hadn't been for them. I don't think I ever would, because when I had to pull up, I just didn't have no strength in my legs at all. They just fall out from under me. I couldn't believe it. And they kept working with me, and there was a black guy down there. His name was Moses. He said, "Shirley, I want you to come in. I want to work with you tomorrow." And I thought he was going to kill me before the day was over. But when he got through with me, I thought, Lord.
They made you work, didn't they?
Yeah, and I looked at him and I said, "Do you think I'm going to walk?" He said, "I know you're going to walk." I said, "Yeah, I'm sure." And finally after that, I got to walking with the walker, and I could walk to the bathroom by myself. and I was so happy.
Yes, ma'am.
I thank the Lord every day for that, and I thank the Lord for St. Michael Plate. They are extremely wonderful.
Yes, ma'am.
Wonderful cooks. They try to get you what you want, and you couldn't get that nowhere else. I don't think you could.
No, ma'am, I know that, and here's what I know, that when Miss Shirley Mann can sit and talk on TV and tell us about how good St. Michael's Place is,
it's wonderful.
That it's a pretty good testimony for the quality of care that you get at a place right here in Newport, Arkansas. Young lady, you are an institution to a lot of us. We appreciate what you've done for us, and
I appreciate what they done for me.
Absolutely.
I never will forget this place. And if I was ever down, I mean, I'm not saying I want to go to back to a nursing home, because I like to be in my own home. But this would be a place that I would come to.
Absolutely.
Because I know they're going to do the best with me.
Miss Shirley, I appreciate you taking time to come join us, and that's what I call it. It's what we call in the business. That's good stuff. That is good stuff. Thank you so much.
Every word of it is the truth.
Oh, I know that. I know that.
Every word of it's the truth.
Miss Shirley Mann, and we're at St. Michael's Place, and again, a pretty good testimony about the care that she and all receive here at St. Michael's Place. Now let's continue on with more of our show. We're in Batesville, south of everything, in between Batesville and Batesville South Side, and we're with Mark Kia, with our good friend Jeff Zalesko. And sir, welcome to our new show for April. What's up, man?
Spring is here. The snow is gone. The lot's full of cars. The sky's blue. Things are good.
Well, what else could you ask for? I mean, just beautiful day today. We filmed a little cool we filmed at the end of the month. And
spring break has been cool the last few years, if you noticed that.
Yes, it has. Yes, it has.
Drives those people south.
It does that. It makes it makes a lot of us northern folks like me want to go south.
Yeah. Florida's looking pretty good right now.
It's looking real good, isn't it? Hey, with a lot of things happening at Mark Kia, and now's the time to buy an automobile.
Now's the time. You know, don't usually talk price on this show. We usually talk about cars and technology, but for spring, we have sprung a few deals out for the public. We have got the Rio LX Automatic. We've got the Forte LX Automatic, and these have power windows, power locks on them, air conditioning, AM, FM, satellite radios. And we've got the Soul in a manual transmission. So you got 3 vehicles to choose from. $15,990.
Under 16 grand.
Yeah.
3 to choose from.
3 to choose from.
You know, we didn't talk about that before the show.
No.
Jeff, that's incredible.
Yeah, it's pretty good. And on the Soul, you know, even if you want to, if you qualify, you can finance with Kia, and Kia will give you $1,000, bring it sold down to $14,990.
Wow. For a brand new automobile.
Yeah.
Promotion, long-term promotion, short-term promotion. How long is the promotion? Or do we know yet?
It's going to run through April.
Okay, at least through the month of April.
And as long as we keep the cars, I've got 4 Fortes, I've got 3 of the Rios, and 2 of the Souls right now.
Okay.
I'm trying to keep these cars ordered in because, you know, like I said, the Rio, you're going to get upper 30s. Some people get low 40s on the highway in that car. The Forte is a mid 36, 37 on the highway, upper 20s in town. So you've got good fuel economy, and fuel prices have been kind of inching up if you've been getting gas lately.
Yes, they have.
They took a whole inch climb yesterday. They went up a whole nickel. But you know, that's going to be back on people's minds. People are traveling. People are looking at cars for kids getting out of school or going into high school that got their driver's license. You want something good, dependable, that you can afford and that won't kill you on fuel. This is great.
Well, you're talking about honestly prices for several-year-old, nice used automobile. Lots of used automobiles that are a lot more expensive than that. We're talking brand new automobiles at Mark Martin Kia.
Yeah. You know, you hear me say you buy new for the price you used at Mark Martin Kia. And it's true, and you still get that great 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty, 5 years of roadside assistance, free with the car. You know, your child or if you have a flat tire or a dead battery, you ran out of fuel, Kia roadside assistance is going to come help you out.
I think we talk a lot on this program about some of the great product knowledge, and no doubt, and again, gas mileage, just check, we've got it. And you talk about service out here, check, we've got it. You talk about a friendly staff, check, we got it. You talk about an organization who is working for the public, and that's what you guys do. You work for guys like us to make sure that we can get in dependable, good, solid transportation that looks good, rides good, feels good, you are good, and it's at a good, fair price. And you got a lot full of them, as you say.
And they're not stripped cars. Like I said, they've got power windows, power locks. They got the AM, FM, MP3 satellite radios in them, surround airbags. I say that on Kias because you got airbags in the sides of the chairs too. The Soul, the Rio, and the Forte have automatic transmissions. The Souls are manual transmissions. I've got a Soul in automatics. We're running for $16,998.
Right.
Only $1,000 more.
Right.
Go through Kia and you can get that for $15,998.
Pretty good deal.
Something for everybody. We've got just a few left. I've tried to order some more in. 14 Optima LXs, aluminum wheels, keyless entry, all the power equipment again. $19,985 right now.
Under 20 grand.
Under 20 grand.
You know, we have automobiles that are higher priced than these, and we have some automobiles, and these aren't, as you say, price leaders as such. It's just that they're well-equipped cars.
Values.
Great value for the dollars you'd have to spend. And when you're looking for an automobile, all of us are looking for a great deal, number one.
Right.
And in that great deal, you have to consider value. Lots of difference between value and price, and one of the reasons that we don't talk a lot of price on the show, we just say, well, we like to sell a value, we like to sell what we have other than price, but when the price gets this good and the price equals the value and the value equals the price,
we want you to know about it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hey, let's talk just a little bit about, let's talk trade-ins, and we haven't talked about those for a while. And I know that Mooney, and he's doing his Ford show right now, he talks about winning on the trade-in. And you got to know what that trade-in is worth. And Mooney Starr is a guy who's been in the automobile business all his life.
Yeah.
He knows what your automobile is worth. They don't know what it's worth down the road. They may not know what it's worth up the road. But and I love his saying about throw the Kelly blue book, the black book, the yellow book, the green book, throw all those away, because I'm going to give you what your car's worth. He's pretty good at that, and he helps us all, doesn't he?
And like he says, Kelly doesn't write any checks that we know about.
No, she certainly doesn't, as he says.
And we'll give you, like I said, he is at a sale every week, 2 to 3 days a week.
Right.
And he made the comment to me, he said, you know, we have a lane at Odessa and run our stuff. He said, but when everybody else is out looking at things, when their interest is over, he stays and watches everything.
Right.
He knows what the market's bringing. And I've been doing this, 24 years now.
Long time.
I've never seen anything like him.
Right.
I mean,
off the top of his head, usually.
He knows. And of course, with 4 stores and running the amount of volume of used cars that we sell every month.
Sure.
Just at this place, but 3 other locations.
Absolutely.
And then our pre-owned centers. He knows where the market's at and what your car is truly worth.
So when you come in here as a client, you can expect to get the top value for your trade-in, regardless of the type of vehicle that you own. You're going to get top value for it right here. And that's where we'll win the deal, as we say. We'll win the deal there. You're going to get a great value in the new automobile in the Kia line, a great fair price, win the deal on the back side of the trade-in.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm gonna
so
tell
you're
you
winning everywhere because, you know, we don't sell these for sticker.
No, that's right. That's right. And we invite you to shop us. We invite you to shop around the country. We invite you to give us an opportunity to work a deal for you. If you're not familiar with Kia, if you're not familiar with our products, we invite you by the showroom, the lot, and let our very experienced staff show you what we have to offer here.
Yeah, we were Saturday. We were kind of flooded with people, which was really nice. And I had the chance to go out and visit with some of them in between deals, I like to talk to everybody.
Sure.
And the one couple that had come here from Pocahontas, and I always ask the question, what brought you here besides your car?
Right.
And the lady said, we have been buying cars in Jonesboro. And the last time we bought this car, we decided we didn't want to be treated like that anymore.
Right. Right.
And she said, my husband was mad when we left the dealership. And I told her, she said, I want to tell you, because the deal was already made, she said, this has been the best buying experience we've ever had. I said, thank you. I said, we like hearing that. I said, we try. I said, we want to sell cars, but we don't want to push you.
Right.
Because we want your business the next time, and the next time, and we want you to send your friends here. And she said, well, of course we will.
There is no high pressure. There is no, like, we're going to hide your trade in. There is no, we can, we want you to stay here, and we're going to, send you to 4 or 5 different people to try to close the deal.
Yeah.
You do it professionally. You do it in a friendly atmosphere. And I have seen, and, we come and it takes, we're generally here an hour when we shoot this show. I have seen it firsthand, folks. You'll never get treated any better than what you'll get treated right here at Mark Martin Kia. And I think that's the key to y'all's success. You got to have a great company that you represent, and you do.
We do.
You got to have a good ownership staff and a good solid management staff that you do. You've got to be knowledgeable on your end as the manager of this particular company, and you got to have a real good crew. Man, when you got all that, it's hard to beat what you guys do.
Yeah, and boy, toot your own horn, but we had a lady in here Friday telling us that we were working with an automobile that she spent 7 hours at a dealership during her buying experience this time. And you want to go, why?
Why?
If we're not backed up in the paperwork part,
right?
Which
sure.
we get that way sometimes, we can have you in an hour.
Sure,
maybe an hour and a half.
Absolutely.
I can't imagine 7 hours. I would have had to have left.
Well, I probably would have left, and as impatient as I am, but you don't get that here.
No, we like our customers, and we want to spend as much time as they want to with us, but we're not going to hold you captive or keep moving you around for 7 hours. That's just...
Our time is important. Our time as a consumer is very important.
Yes, and we respect that.
Absolutely.
That's why we have Saturday service.
Absolutely. Talk about service a little bit. Boy, I mean, anybody can sell one, anybody can sell one time, but boy, to get the people back year after year after year after year, you got to provide good service. That's what you guys do.
We try. We've got to try to have the right people. Our service managers are respected in the area. Again, we advertise service with a smile, because when you walk in that service door, that's the first thing you're going to get. And again, we're broken up into areas of expertise, so you get a quality job, but you get your quality job done fast. And on Saturdays now, we have a limited crew. Oil change is always open on Saturdays. We've usually got a one tech here and try to have a tire guy. You never know what's going to happen, but if you've got something minor on Saturday, you want your oil change, we're here. If something happens to your engine, we may not get that fixed on Saturday. But if you bought your car here, you got no worries, because we're going to take care of you anyway.
Yes, sir. Well, and if it's a major problem like that, it's going to take more than a day to get it done anyway.
Exactly.
So it doesn't make much difference that you're not going to be here for that period of time. But
before we end, I don't want to same subject. We're in the April show. Mark Martin Fan Day is coming.
I was going to mention it. Yes, sir.
This is the 10th year. Going to be a big blowout, exciting. This year, Danica Patrick's going to be here from after she qualifies in Talladega, expecting her to be here somewhere around 2 o'clock on Saturday, and she'll be here till close to 5. There'll be a Q&A session with them, 250 armbands for that. Buddy Baker's going to be here Saturday morning. I think there's going to be 250 armbands for him. Buddy's been around a while. He's an old boy, but he knows a lot about it, and he's got a lot of fans out there. And there's going to be lots of activity going on as far as car shows and other things going on here at the dealership during that time. So come out on May 3rd, come May 2nd on Friday if you want to, and experience Mark Martin Fan Appreciation Day. It's quite a show.
If you have never been to a Mark Martin Fan Day, and that's what it is. It's about the fans.
About the fans.
Not just of Mark Martin, the race car driver, but the fans of Mark Martin Automotive.
Yes, exactly.
Those folks that have bought automobiles from us for the last several years. But it is a great day.
He'll autograph your car. Sirius Radio's always here kind of 2 or 3 days ahead of time. They broadcast live out of the showroom over there, and sometimes a few other networks show up. But it's interesting, and like I said, you won't be bored.
It's a big event.
Yes.
The 2nd and the 3rd.
2nd, 3rd of May.
Great entertainment as such. I mean, just to get a chance to I mean, Danica Patrick, just obviously a well-known name in the NASCAR circuit.
Yeah, driving that
morning, driving that.
Flying, yeah.
Well, I mean, driving
to the pole, yeah. Talladega qualifying.
She's going to race.
Yeah, on Sunday.
And then she's going to get an airplane.
Yeah, and fly up here, get off, and come out here and meet and greet, then go back to Talladega that night.
Well, and I know she does that. Mark asked her to, and she wanted to be here, and
Yeah.
she wanted to be a part of something that's highly successful that you guys have got going on here. And
museum's quite the showplace. If you've not come to the museum's free. It's open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5. It's open on Saturday, 9 to 5, and there's no charge. You know, you can go through there, and if you've ever been here for service and have to wait in we call it the lounge. It's more like home. But
yes, it is.
If you wait there, you know all that memorabilia and the couches and the atmosphere. It's tremendous.
I have been in car dealerships all over the country, literally. Atlanta, Dallas, St. Louis, Houston. I have never been into one that has such a historical significance. You know, there may be a lot of stuff in that one in Atlanta, but being from Arkansas, Mark Martin being from Batesville, Arkansas, and for him to invest, you know, a lot of money into his building over there, especially that museum. You walk in this museum, and there are not one, not two, but I mean 6, 7, 8, 10 cars that this guy has been in and won races with.
Yes.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
The museum is
Life's
fantastic.
work.
Yes, it is. You can go in there and you can see. I noticed something the other day and I've been in there several times, never noticed before. A book when Mark was real young, and he was running at the dirt track.
Yes.
And he had made a diary of, on this day I ran and I ran second, and on this day I ran, and he would make comments about how he raced.
Yes.
Incredible stuff.
Yeah, it is, and the motorcycle's not bad to look at either.
No, absolutely not.
Yeah.
And some of his old cars that he raced in when he was just a kid, and a montage of pictures across the wall from a young guy to you know, middle-aged guy that he is now.
And there's a lot of NASCAR history over there.
Absolutely,
you know, if you're, you know, a lot of race fans around here, and we appreciate that. And Saturdays, lots of different groups come and tour the museum, and just
May
great
2nd,
showplace.
May 3rd, come enjoy a great time. It ought to be a good one. You
It's
guys
free.
remind us again about the prices on the vehicles that we got, the specials that we got going on.
$15,990. Rio LX 5-door, Forte LX sedan, both automatics, or the Soul base manual transmission, $15,990, or you can get the automatic, $16,998.
Unbelievable. Jeff Zelasco, it's always a pleasure to get up, come visit with successful folks like you and your company. You guys are doing it right at Mark Martin Kia, south of everything. Thanks, my friend.
Thank you.
Good to see you. Let's continue on with more.